program on the Spiritans Sound Outreach TV. My name is Elizabeth Ojiabor. In our today's program, we have here the representative of the Catholic Men Organization, CMO, which is the umbrella for all men in the Catholic Church. We also have representative of the Catholic Men Organization, CWO, which is the umbrella for all women in the Catholic Church. We also have our spiritual director here in our midst. Let's meet them.
Okay, thank you. My name is Reverend Father Oluwafemi-Spiritans at CSSP. So I work here as a parish priest of St. Joseph College of Gateway, Janik in Lagos.
Okay, thank you very much, Padre. Ma, please, we will meet you.
All right. My name is Mrs. Nwoko Smart Elizabeth Nengi, and by the special grace of God, I'm the Vice President of the CWO, outstation of St. Joseph Catholic Church, Gateway.
Okay, you're welcome, ma. Please, we will meet you.
My name is Mrs. Maryrose Ezennwankwo, a pharmacist by profession. I am the first promoter of the CWO, Ilembajini.
Oh, wow. Good to see you, ma. Sir, please, we will meet you.
Thank you. My name is Asikpata. I'm the CMO chairman of St. Joseph Catholic Church, Gateway, the Mother Parish. I'm a Mr. Surveyor and Valor.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Please, we will meet you.
My name is Mr. Uzochukwu Okonkwo, the chairman, CMO, SS Perpetual and Felicity, and outstation of St. Joseph Parish.
Thank you very much. You all are welcome to our today's program. So let's get right into the program. Our topic for today is who is most valuable, the man or the woman? So we all will be answering questions to determine who is most valuable. I hope we are ready.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so now my first question goes to the representative of CMO. Who is a mother?
Thank you very much. A mother is that lady who is disciplined, who has value, is faithful, teachable, and available.
Wow, that's interesting. Teachable and available.
Yes.
All right, sir. Please, what's your definition of a mother?
Just like my colleague has said, a mother is the one. A mother is a homemaker. A mother is someone who, in all difficulties, she's always the last person standing in a home. A mother is a consoler, a backup, an energizer in the home. That is a mother.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. Now, I didn't hear a mother is the wife of a man. Does it mean any woman, any lady is a mother as long as she can make the home, if she's teachable?
No, I think that is the reason why I tell you that. A mother is that woman that is faithful.
Okay.
Faithful, it has to be faithful to her husband.
Okay.
She has to be responsible. Responsible that she has a man that is her crown.
Okay.
That's a mother.
All right, thank you very much.
I have a different view on that too.
Okay,
in as much as all those criteria, all those are well attributed to be a mother, but there are other side of it that I don't totally buy.
Okay.
You asked a question, we didn't mention a mother being a wife. You can be a mother without being a wife.
Okay.
That is what I believe.
And that's where single parents would come in, right?
Of course.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Now back to the women. Who is a father?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Simply put, a father is that male parent of a child. It can be by birth, that is biological father, by adoption, godfather, and so on. He is that person that is a disciplinarian at home and everywhere. He is the role model of the child. You know, he is the person that when the child look up to, you know, there is a change in him. A father is that person that whenever he's around, there is a change at home. He takes full responsibility of his duty. He discharges his duties diligently. You know, a father is responsible in taking care of the home. He provides for the home, financially and otherwise. That is a father for you.
Thank you very much. But will you agree with me that in our world today, both the mother and father provides for the home?
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
But you also know that a mother is just a helping hand.
Just
to
a
the
helping
father.
hand.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
All
Thank
right.
you, Ma, for your answer. Please, Ma, can you tell us who a father is?
A father is the male parent of the family.
Okay.
A father is also the provider, because as the mother should just be a supporter to the father, and also he should be a disciplinarian and a role model for the children to look up to.
Okay.
That's what the father should be.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Will you agree with me that the mother should also be a role model to the children?
Yes, she should be also.
All right, thank you very much for your answers. Now to the second question. We have observed that mothers are more celebrated, not by the number of days, but how the Mother's Day are celebrated. There's a song for Mother's Day. There are so many publicity for Mother's Day. Why is that so? Sir, please, let's hear you.
Thank you. You see, in the family, the role the mother plays, she is that a compassion woman. She has compassion for the children. She's very close to the children. She's always with them. So this accounts for why you see that in most cases, women are being celebrated more
More than the fathers.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, please.
The question is a little bit somehow, because we the men, we've been feeling it, that we are being marginalized, that we are not celebrated, as if our efforts or are not putting into account. But on the other way around, I'm seeing it that men, while they are not well celebrated as the women are very simple, because we have a limited time we stay at home. Women are always on ground from morning till night, and from there to there, they're always with their children. So they have all this time to be with their children, and that goes into always in the minds of the people that who always stays around are always more celebrated. The works of the men in the house are always silent. We normally have few hours to stay at home. So that's why my submission to that.
Okay, that's why the mothers are more celebrated.
Yes.
Okay, and you're okay with it?
I'm not comfortable with that, because that goes, it has a lot to speak volume in the church too, where the whole thing applies to from the onset. When we look at our Mother Mary, our foster father, St. Joseph. So Joseph was only mentioned only at a particular time in the Bible, the birth of Christ, and that's in Joseph. Every other thing pertaining to our Mother Mary is from the beginning to the end, where everybody it's not an issue of being jealous or envy about our Mother Mary, because her mothership was ordained from heaven. But Joseph played a particular role, and that ends it in the church. So I still feel, as you asked whether I'm happy, I am not happy. I feel that we too, we should be recognized and be celebrated as somebody who took the pain of raising our Lord Jesus Christ at that particular and that early age. So that's my submission.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now to the mothers, you all are always celebrated every time. Now, but the fathers, they are barely celebrated. What do you think is the reason?
For me, the reason why we women are celebrated much is because, you know, even in African tradition, in African culture, there's a time what we call in Igbo land, if I may use like Igbo, when a woman has given birth to up to 10 children.
Okay.
She is being celebrated. They will celebrate her because of the effort she has put in. they will kill a goat for that woman to celebrate what she has done. To say what the work of a mother cannot be overemphasized. We do a lot in the family. Even if we're not giving birth, carrying that children for 9 months, nurturing them from infancy to become somebody in life. And we are always there for the children. The men actually, if it was as it used to be, our work is to be at home with the children, while the men will go out to fend for the family. But because of the situation, we still see women that they go out to fend for the family, still come back, and they'll still have to do that work that they're supposed to do as mothers. So it is not too much for our children to say they want to celebrate us because of what we are doing in the family. That is why I think mothers are given that special privilege and special, attention. It's not that the men are not, they are left behind. Well, how will I put it? It's not that they are left behind. We know what they are doing. But we know mothers they have that soft heart. Most of the time you can celebrate us. Some of them don't. If you want to say birthday for some of them, they will say, what is all this about? Because most of them don't even have the time. But we mothers, because of that, our nature, we like celebrating. And then when we are being celebrated, it's not too much because of what we are doing in the family.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I will stand on the last speaker for the man.
Okay.
You know, you can't be jealous of it because, like you rightly said, it has been ordained right from the Bible. It is the nature of the women to be celebrated. God had made it so. Apart from that, the celebration of Mother's Day comes first before the event came out, before the Father's Day celebration. Also, it depends on the individual, the two different species, male and female. You know, the female are these people that are eager to do things. And when they put hand in doing something, you will see it happening live. Unlike the male, they don't really have time, you know. But
They're always serious.
yes. But when a female individual come out that you see this thing, I want to do it, it must be done and perfectly. And when you see the result, it come out awesome. So that's just the.
Okay, so we shouldn't make any moves to allow men to be more celebrated. We should leave it like that.
You are not the one to allow them.
Okay.
If they want to be celebrated,
They will do it
they will
themselves.
come out
Okay.
and take the responsibility.
Okay, so have you heard?
Yeah.
So you come out.
No, well, in terms of saying that men should be celebrated,
Yeah.
it's like once you change the role, you want to make the man now to be more at home, so that he will be, the children will see more of him. But that is not the design, how nature has designed it. Nature has designed that the women are at home, they are more compassionate with the children, and that is the reason. It is just, if you are, say you are jealous, you just want to change the hand of time, which I believe that is not possible. Let the man take the role the way it is, and allow the women to be celebrated.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry. Also, coupled with what he said, you know, as Mother's Day is approaching, you can see all the women are getting ready, preparing, running helter-skelter. But when it's Father's Day, are they really putting effort to make it work? That is another question you asked on it.
them.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
thank you
then.
very
The time has come to ask them.
Yes, you see, Father, just as we have said, we are always busy. We go out there to make money to provide for the family. You know, we are security for the family as well as pillars of the church. So in doing all those things, we need our time to go out, to source for this income to really do all those things, because income is your power. And we need to spend time as well to pray for our family, because all those things makes you what is a man, that you have to be disciplined. So that gives us little time to socialize in all this aspect of celebration. Yes.
Anyway, if I should come in here, if we are to place this right, I think the men should be the one to celebrate the mothers, while the mothers will also find their own way of celebrating the fathers, if we are to put it right. So there is no point, you know, for tiger maybe trumpeting his own tigerhood. I shouldn't be the one to come out and say, I'm the mother, so come and celebrate me. And the father come and celebrate me. So if I appreciate you as a father, I celebrate you. If you appreciate me as a mother to you, you also celebrate me. I think the time has come to look at it that way. So that we live, during the Mother's Day, we leave the mothers. The men should organize and you celebrate them. And two, the women should also plan the same thing for the fathers. So that is where I think the collaboration should come in.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Father. Now, another question. In the world we live in today, we have so many single parents, either a single mother or a single father. Now, basically on the single mothers, those who are not married, do we celebrate them as mothers on Mother's Day? Yes.
Well, thank you for the question. But following the definition of mothers, thank God for the definition they gave, the fathers. They said a mother is that woman that is responsible in a upbringing of a child.
Yes.
You know, she's a disciplinarian. So any woman that is able to raise a child, nurture the child, take care of the child in every ramification,
Yes.
is qualified to be a mother.
Okay.
Because there are some also, even in husband house, they just give birth, abandon the child and go. So are we celebrating those ones? It's not because everyone is privileged to be in a husband house, you know, and the other person is not privileged thereby, and the other person also is doing all the responsibility required as a mother, then you will not celebrate the person. No. In as much as you're performing your duty as a mother, you're qualified to be celebrated.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Do you have anything?
It's still the same thing.
Okay.
A mother is a mother, whether a single mother or in a husband's house. So far the woman is able to perform that responsibility
Yeah.
expected of her,
Okay.
she should be celebrated.
Okay, so the responsibilities qualifies
Yes.
the person to be a
Yes.
mother. Okay, sir, do you have anything?
Yes, in as much as I don't support single motherhood,
Okay.
it is not that a mother who has fulfilled those conditions, who is a mother able to bring up a child, train the child, care for the child, should be celebrated. Biblically, remember that in the beginning, the Lord made them man and woman.
Yes.
Then, if we go further, you will see that during our mother Mary, when she found that she was conceived, she became afraid. Why? Because of the shame and disgrace. So that tells you that a woman who just found herself got pregnant without a responsible father fall into that category of shame and disgrace. Even in our African tradition, it is not something that is celebrated, that a woman will just be giving birth without a father. So in that instance, what it tells us is that women should try as much as possible to build the traits of discipline and responsible. If you put all those together, because we have said a woman should be disciplined, a woman should be responsible, and a woman should be faithful. If you ask those qualities, I believe that the single motherhood will completely be eradicated.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, do you have anything?
Thank you so much. I think I have a slightly different view
Okay.
on this matter, because just like the last speaker just said, that let me just clear the air here over this issue. The issue of single motherhood is a choice. The society has made it now clear that there are people who might decide to avoid some of these family issues, divorce here and there. So they might just decide on their own from the onset
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Are you saying that single parenthood should be encouraged as long as they take care of the children well?
No. I'm not saying totally that. But a case whereby you have a similar situation, if I may ask you a question like just you asked me, what do you do to those ones in a home, in a man's house that are not responsible? Do we chase them out? So since what is here is always there, the issue of being a good mother is an issue of the mind, issue of a decision one has to take. That I want to live a responsible life, I want to be a mother, I want to be there for my children, I want to take care of my children responsibly. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think if I will come in here,
Yes,
yeah, if I will come in here, I think when we talk of single parenthood, it's like we are just moving towards the women alone now. And it can be contextual in the sense that you may be in a marriage and the idea of a single parenthood is happening there. You may be in a marriage where the man is not responsible for the children. You see the woman also doing what? Taking care of the children alone. It's in that context, that is what we also call single parenthood. So there are some also women too, they are not responsible, and then the man will be the one who is taking care of the children. It's to some extent too, that is also single parenthood. In as much as we are not encouraging single parenthood, like maybe people who just choose not to marry, and maybe they go into surrogacy or whatever they want to do to make sure that they are alone so that they won't suffer the pain of married life. In this context now, we are celebrating mother in the context of a family. So as to promote a family life, that does not stop us from celebrating, if I will say anyway, celebrating women who are single parent or men who are single parent. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Father. Now to another question. Nowadays, it is no longer in news. It's happening at an alarming rate that girls get pregnant while they are still in their parents' house. And we know that many of them are not even prepared for this life or journey of parenthood. What can we say about that? Sir, please, let's hear you.
Thank you very much. The situation where you have young girls getting pregnant right under their parents' roof, the parents should be blamed for those attitudes. The reason being that if a family where you have, the family comes in here now, where the father ought to stand like a father, a disciplinarian, and the mother who is very compassionate and has installed discipline into this child from baby. She knows the right from wrong. She knows what to do and what she ought not to do. The cases of pregnancy will become very, very rare. Coming from a good home, that fear alone, and if you have this religious background also, which tells you that if you do such and such thing is very bad, you will see the fear. When that fear of God is there, there will be the discipline will show that you are from this home. So from when you see this kind of a child having a pregnancy under the parents' home, I want to believe that it is the parents have lacked in their responsibility.
Okay, so it's the fault of the parents, not the girl.
Not the girl.
Okay, sir, let's hear you, please.
I agreed with my brother here partially,
Okay.
because it's partially some lapses on the side of the parents,
Okay.
but not totally, because there are some children that no matter the kind of attention you give them, no matter the kind of care you give to them, they still go out there to mix up with their other people who are not responsible. So there are some borrowed characters they will bring home. There are some ideas that have been injected into them, both in school. It depends on the kind of friends they keep. Because if you draw everything back to the parents, as if maybe the parents are not trying enough. So I still want to blame mostly to the child who got pregnant, who has these kids, that the kind of friends they keep. We know we are in a modern world now. This phone we are carrying around now has a lot of things inside it, computer age and all the rest of them. So there are so many things there that it depends on the site you enter. You discover that whatever you have taught your child have been cleared off by those things they now see. So I would rather say that it is the decision one has taken upon himself. I think the person who got himself into this mess, it should be held responsible mostly for his actions,
Than
of
the
her
parents.
actions, than the parents.
Okay.
That is my submission.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Now, please, let's hear you.
All right, thank you. Well, the question is a bit cumbersome, but anyway, the issue is that it's actually of the two sides.
Okay.
Will I say, in the present world now, I rate it parents 60, the individual 40.
Okay.
Because the parents now are really doing their best, but the world we are into now, technology, is really turning everything upside down. There is a girl around my business area, you know. I noticed that the girl passed, the clothes she was wearing, the skirt was very, very short. So I became worried. I was like, this girl is a marketplace, and why will you be putting on something like that? So I was waiting patiently for me to correct the girl, only for me to see after work that same skirt that was very, very up is down now. Meaning it was the girl that raised it up for it to be there, and she's going back home to meet the parents, knowing fully well the parents are not in support of such dressing. She have to bring it down, and when she gets home now, the parents, she will appear in the eyes of the parent as the normal girl they saw her going out. You know, in a situation like that, you can't say it's the parents. This one now is what she gets from outside. So in that case, it is that child, the individual, have to take full responsibility of what you want to become, while we the parents should try our best to impart the right way or the good knowledge on he or she, and pray to God to direct them on the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay. The question I'm a bit distant, because what you asking whether they should be celebrated. Children that give such children. Your question was whether they should be celebrated.
Yeah, and what are the causes who used to be blamed?
Okay.
Yeah.
For such children, I don't think they need to be celebrated. Because how can you, a child that is still under the care of the parents. She is the child she's going to give birth to. It's supposed to be a responsibility for the parents. So they should not be celebrated at all. They should not be celebrated because celebrating them, is it encouraging them to go on in such situation? So I think, in my own view, they're not to be celebrated because they're giving a lot of work, a lot of responsibility to their parents also. So such children should not be celebrated. Yeah.
Okay, ma, let me ask, if they are not celebrated, do you not think it will cause emotional damage on them? Like make them feel worse?
I'm not saying that they should be, with the parents should, if a child takes in, still under the care of the parent, it is not the right thing for the parents to scare the child away or to tell the child to go away and start fending for him or herself. But what I'm saying is that we should not encourage them. But we should call them back. They have already made that mistake. Yes, we have to take care of them. But I don't think it is the right thing to start celebrating such mothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any view from anyone?
Yeah, that is the same thing we are saying. They are not to be celebrated. Unlike where I got married to, an Igbo land, you know, those days when I used to go to holiday, my grandma, if it happened that a child get pregnant at home,
Yeah.
it's a very shameful thing. You must be married out immediately.
Wow.
To either an elderly person, or if you're so lucky to have somebody as young as you are. But you know, today, just like your question, that don't you think it will emotionally, those are one of the things that affect us now. You're looking at the emotional breakdown of the child, thereby pampering the person, allowing it to him or her to do all sort of things, because you're afraid the child may do this, the child. As a parent, you take decision, you know, to limit all those things. But we now, we have accommodated it so much, and that is why it's rampant.
Thank you very much, dear fathers, dear mothers, and our Reverend Father. Thank you so much for all you have said during this program. Now we're going back to the topic with a question. Who is most valuable, the man or the woman? Mrs. Elizabeth, please, let's hear from you.
Thank you. Who is more valuable?
Yes, the man or the woman.
To me, everybody is precious, whether the male or the female side.
Okay.
No one is
More
More
valuable than the
valuable.
other.
and
Okay.
one cannot do without each other. It goes
Okay.
pari passu, you know. The male is very important, so also the female child is very, very important. It's a pity that I would say it's ignorance that make us, more especially the African society, that sees men as more valuable
Than
than
the women.
women, which is very, very wrong. If you go to a family where there is no female child, something is actually missing.
Yes,
Or have you been in a family whereby the mother, the female parent, is no longer there? What is the outcome of the children going from that family? So, to me, both of them are very, very valuable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Asikpata. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. When you ask this question, who is most valuable,
Yes.
the man or the woman?
Woman.
It's like we are asking who is a project manager, because the family is a project.
Okay.
But the man or woman that wants to be a project manager is that person that have got the requisite education, the training, and is responsible. So also in a family, the man or woman that will be valuable
Okay.
must have all the prerequisites that have been set. But in rounding it up, I'll say the man or woman who is faithful, is
Okay.
teachable, and is available.
Okay.
is more
So
valuable.
either the man or
Or
woman,
the
as long as they are available, teachable,
Teachable
and
and available,
disciplined, they are valuable.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Sama, please let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. When you are talking of value, when you want to add value to something, taking something is valuable. It must be something, the thing is what you are putting in, what you are contributing. So for me, a man or a woman, the value we place on you is based on what you are able to put in, be it in the society, be it in the family, wherever you are. The more value you are able to put in, the more you will be valued.
Okay.
So the value we place on a woman or a man will be on what the person is able to put, whether the family or the society.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
So it's not based on gender, it's
It's not
based
based
on
on
what you
what you-
contribute,
Yes.
what you add, what you put in the
Yes.
family. That's beautiful. Thank you, ma. Sir, let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. My opinion on this last question, who is more valuable, either the man or the woman, is my stand on it is both are very valuable, so are important like each other, because it's a simple analysis of who impacts more into the family, into the children, and into the society. Who's more disciplined, self-discipline is what we are talking about here. Because these are the things we impact on the children, or is part of what we have in us. Because you can't give what you don't have.
Exactly.
So most of the things we give out to society or to our children are the outcome of our self. So they are now reflecting upon the children and the society. So I think both of them are very, very important. That's my opinion.
Thank you very much. You all have spoken well. We'll now turn to our Reverend Father to round up the discussion for us.
Yeah, thank very much. I'm highly pleased with what I'm getting here today, really. And because we're in a society today where people tend to believe that one gender is greater or stronger than the other. It's like when you have between man and the woman, who is the superior, like the question I asked of recent. You'll be hearing that men are the superior. Then who is inferior? The women. So the next question should be, the women now, are they possibly, if you are a man who is answering the question, the women you talk about, is it in the like of your wife or the like of your mama, of your mother? So we are in a world whereby we talk of value, something that you have to offer. It's something that people will surely maybe look at this, search for you to get. And if you are valuable, you don't even need to tell the whole world that you are valuable, because people must surely look for you because you have something that you can offer which no other person can offer, at least because of your own uniqueness. So in a family, when we talk of now, when we complement each other, you realize that it's a game of collaboration, of cooperation. So the same thing applicable to our world today, when you understand that wherever you find yourself, you have to play your own role, whether even in a group of men or a group of women. It's about being valuable wherever you are. And the Lord has even set it right that He made us male and what?
Female.
And female. And I love the side where Mr. Okonkwo came in, talking about Joseph. Joseph was so silent in the Bible that possibly that is why Mary is highly celebrated in the church and then flowed down to other women. And then Joseph was quiet in that respect. That does not mean that it doesn't mean that Joseph was not active. So now, the most important, the most valuable is not the game of maybe whether you are the stronger or whatever. It's the game of your roles and your function. It's about functionality. So if you can perform, Joseph in his poverty, he was in the carpenter set, maybe in his trade, and he was taking care of the family. So, and it's a kind of a cooperation. If I can talk and you do, if you do the talking and I do the working, as long as we work together, all is well. That is what we must. These days, we realize that when you realize that when you are functioning, you are working behind the scene, and others are maybe somebody who is getting the popularity, you begin to be jealous. But those people who are in the public square today, there are many people behind them that you don't even know. So, and if you begin to understand that, you realize that in one way or the other, we are all valuable. So, in a special way, I'm delighted to be part of this discussion. And it has been great today. And personally, I've learned a lot from all our discussions. And this discussion came to be because of the fact that we are approaching the celebration of our mothers this year. And it is something, it's a kind of invitation to every one of us that we have to celebrate ourselves. So, the responses we gave to all the questions the presenter maybe put before us today, to me, they are beautiful, and it's something that this discussion will not end here. It continues because we need to be reflecting on this. And then I simply talk to all our viewers. You can simply join the discussion. Maybe when you go down to the comment section, you put your own input too, so that we join in this discussion, because it's something that is bothering the society today. So we want everybody to be part of it, because we want a society whereby family life is celebrated, where the fathers, the mothers, and the children, they come together to form a united front. So God bless you.
Yes, thank you very much, Father. All the beautiful responses and intelligent words you have heard today is from the members of CMO and CW. So if you're a Catholic man or a Catholic woman from the age of 25, married and unmarried, you're expected to join the CMO or the CW. And to their response, they will say, CMO,
Christ is our leader.
through Mary, our mother,
We succeed.
We'll see you in our next program. Bye for now.